Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you guys back to the High Thoughts podcast. It's been a crazy week here in America. Trump is on the verge of getting impeached. People tried to storm the Capitol, which I don't understand what they thought was going to happen. Fucking morons. What did you think was going to happen? Oh, we're going to go storm the Capitol for Donald J. Trump. We're going to risk our lives for Donald J. Trump. What did y'all think was going to happen? And all these fucking people died. You died for Donald Trump. You died for Donald Trump. If you were alive, I wish you would think about it. Think about it. Is this worth it? Should I go risk my life for this dude that doesn't even know who the fuck I am and doesn't give a fuck about me? Even if he did know you, he wouldn't care about you. He doesn't care about people unless they are an asset to him. You're not an asset. You're not an asset to him. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not. Unless you have $1 million or more in your fucking bank account, you're not an asset to him. And probably more than that. But anyways, welcome back to the podcast. A little late on the episode this week. We are going to be talking about dreams, UFOs, aliens, and other weird shit in dreams. So let me hit this bong right quick because it's called High Thoughts. I'm already high, but ooh, your boy turned red for a second, cuz. I'll turn this light down a little bit. But yeah, so we'll be talking about, I'm going to be talking about some dreams I've had. And if you haven't noticed, we got new decor. Exit 420 sign, Devil's Harvest. It says, a good girl until she lights a reefer. And then I got the joint on the flag that says come and take it. And it's got a pot leaf at the top. Shouts out to Amazon for having all that shit. But, and of course I had to buy some weed for this week. I got a new bong, a roar. Got a new Sharpstone grinder. Sharpstone is the shit. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about, or let's just talk about it. I don't know why I keep saying I'm going to be talking about it. I'm already talking about it. Alright, so when I was a kid, I used to have these dreams. Well, I'm not going to talk about those dreams yet. Alright, so when I was a kid, when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I had a dream that all I remember in the dream is that I'm looking up and there's 3 gray aliens standing above me. And honestly, even now, I don't think that aliens look like that. Like, I think they look just like us. It would make sense. I mean, if they're another type of human, like, but so all I remember in the dream is like a split second where I'm looking up at them and it's real blurry. And then all I remember is I woke up. And what's crazy is my mom remembers when I told her about this. And I'm 3 or 4 years old. How the fuck do I know what a fucking alien looks like? Blah, blah, blah. How do I know what that looks like? Alright, so I wake up and, you know, like when you were a kid and you used to run to your parents' room when you were scared. Well, I was already in there. I woke up. There was a spot beside their bed. We used to live in Portsmouth when I was a kid on Race Street in Virginia, and there's a little spot beside their bed, my mom and dad's bed, and it was right where the AC vent was at. So like when their pillows would fall off the bed in the middle of the night, um, I would go and lay on top of that pillow because it was so cold from the AC unit blowing on it. I don't know about you, but like it's so hard for me to sleep unless I have like coldness. But like that's one of the main things I remember about it. I remember how that pillow felt. I remember waking up and being like, "What the fuck?" Right. So I had that dream, and what's crazy, um, all right. So I can't skip that far. All right. So had that dream. It's crazy. I had it 3 or 4 years old. I also witnessed a UFO one time and a couple of other times, but I'm not positive. Now, the time that I know I saw one is we were in Pennsylvania, up in Erie, like near Erie, outside of Erie. Most people won't know where I was. A little town called Conneautville, and I mean it's in the fucking mountains, bro. And I'm hanging out with this guy that I know, or that I used to know, that grows pot up there. And I mean, he's got some of the best pot I ever smoked in my life. And so we're all sitting on the back porch of his house, and his back porch is like downhill from a valley. So like we're looking uphill at the valley, and all of a sudden we're sitting there smoking, and it's not because we were high, because all of us fucking saw it, and we don't make you hallucinate like this. Fucking all of a sudden, I see a fucking orange, like orb, all the way up at the top of the valley, and they all see it too. Like they saw it before me. They were like, "Yo, look!" And so I see that shit, and it fucking flies, slow as shit. Like it's not slow, but just like I don't know, real. I don't know. The way it was moving was really weird. Like, and there was no noise, and then it was right over top of us, and then just fucking shot and disappeared. It was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. I mean, it was legit. Also, when I was there, I saw a fucking hedgehog for the first, or a groundhog for the first time. If you have never seen a fucking groundhog in person, bruh, I thought it was a little kid in a fucking costume. I swear to God. I looked behind the fucking. We were sitting on the back porch again, smoking, and I'm like, "Yo, am I fucking tripping?" There's a fucking big ass hamster standing out in that field, staring at me. I mean, it was standing up like this, like it looked like a fucking kid in a costume. Like if you seen that video of the little groundhog that's like, ah, ah, that one looked just like that. And it was just big as fuck. Like, I mean, I'm talking about that motherfucker was like 3 foot tall. Yeah, that shit was weird to see in person. I had never seen one in person. They're like, "Yeah, we eat those." I was like, "Huh?" They're like, "Yeah, we eat groundhogs." I'm like, "Damn, y'all country is fuck, and y'all in the north." I can't. They're from North Carolina, and these motherfuckers are eating groundhogs. I'm like, damn. But anyways, um, so another dream I had, which was pretty wild, was I used to have these dreams when I was a kid, and it was before Harry Potter was ever out, so that's not where I got it from, because I've already thought that through. But so when I was a kid, when I lived in Virginia Beach, Virginia, duh, it's in Virginia. When I lived there, um, I used to have these dreams where I would wake up. Like in the dream, I would wake up. And I'm still asleep though, okay? So I would wake up and I would get up and like walk down the hall because I like felt scared or whatever to go see my mom. And as soon as I got in the hallway, I would see this like black hooded figure that looked like whatever they're called, the Dementors from Harry Potter, looked just like it. And um, so I'm sorry, I'm really high. So every time that I would have this dream and I would see the motherfucker, I would look down the hallway, or it would be down the stairs. I would look down the stairs or look down the hallway, and I would be trying to run away from it. But no matter how hard I tried in the dream, it just felt like I was being pulled like this, like slowly being pulled, and like couldn't move at all. I couldn't yell, I couldn't scream. Now people say it's sleep paralysis, but I don't know. I mean, dreams are one of the biggest mysteries in life. And I feel like it's not sleep paralysis. I feel like it's something else. Because it won't like I was actually awake. Like, because after I would like wake up, apparently I would be screaming in my sleep and my mom would come and wake me up. But in my dream I wasn't making any noise. And she would come and wake me up, and I mean, I wasn't in the hallway or nothing. So like that's why I don't think it was sleep paralysis. Dreams are weird, man. Dreams are so weird. Like I've had some of the wildest dreams in my life. And I used to have dreams all the time that I would dream of something. I would dream like the next day in school when I was in school. When I was in school, I used to have dreams all the time, and I'd have like deja vu the next day in school from my dream. It's pretty wild. Let's see something right quick. Okay. Um, but yeah, man. The alien thing's crazy, and if you don't believe in UFOs in 2021, then I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. There's so much proof. The government's already said that it's real. Like, come on, man. Quit acting like that shit's fake. That shit is 100% real, bro. 100, 100%. 100%. 100%. Fucking Bert Kreischer. I held that in for so long. Alright, so, next thing. Another thing to do with aliens. Alright, so, a lot of people don't know me, but if you do know me, you know that there was a year and a half of my life that I was addicted to smoking spice. Not that K2 bullshit, I'm talking about that JWH 18. Now, if you don't know what JWH 18 is, then you've been under a rock for the past 10 years. JWH 18 is just like any other research chemical. You have 2CI, 2,5-B, 2CE, MXE, fucking methylone. All that shit is research chemicals, and they're synthetic drugs. Like synthetic acid and just different synthetic hallucinogens. They're in different compounds, and I don't know about all of it. I'm not a fucking genius. I don't know how to make chemicals. I wish I did. But back in the day, I was addicted to smoking JWH 18, which is spice. Now they had the K2 shit, but I was smoking fucking the best shit I ever had was Mad Hatter, Scooby Snacks, and you can still find all this shit. Bizarro, Neutronium. Alright, so Mad Hatter and Scooby Snacks were made by the same people. And then you have Bizarro, Neutronium, Avalanche, and Sub-Zero. And they were all made by the same people. Now, and then I smoked one another time that had like these like Rasta smiley faces on it. I'm not sure what that was called. This Marine dude that I went to a party with a bunch of Marines one time, and one of the guys was smoking that shit. But so when I used to smoke spice, I used to have these fucking experiences where I it got really bad for a while. I mean, I was smoking like a quarter a day, and most people couldn't handle like one hit. I was smoking blunts of it. Like I was going hard, bro. Like hard in the fucking paint. And so I'm smoking this shit for like a year and a half. It got so bad I was coughing up blood, uh, fucking black shit, fucking. I would wake up at 3 in the morning, and if you don't, a lot of people don't know, but spice causes very bad withdrawal symptoms, bro. I would wake up at 3 in the morning and just be fucking sick, bro. Like fucking heroin dope sick. Like, what's going on with that? I need to tighten that. This is alright. But no, I would wake up fucking sick as shit, bro. Like I was on fucking heroin or some shit. And, so goddamn, um, so I got really bad off of this shit. And I would go to these fucking shows downtown. I actually did stand up for the first time on Spice. And it was at this club I used to go to called fucking Tipsy Teapot. Gayest, excuse me, lamest name of a fucking place I've ever seen. And it was pretty cool though. Like it was a little hipster spot, and like heavy metal dudes came there because they did heavy metal shows and punk shows, and it was culture. It was cool culture. Like it pretty. This is in Greenville, North Carolina, where ECU is. So there's not a lot of fucking. There's not a very different. It's not very diverse in Greenville. Like pretty much 95% of ECU is just fucking frat boys and sorority girls and preppy people and this and that. But like it was cool to see like the other side of Greenville. Like that's what the other side of Greenville was. Like it was just a whole nother crowd that you don't. The majority of Greenville you see are like the same type of people, but it was other people that you don't see all the time. And but a lot of my friends went there, and we would go to fucking metal shows and punk shows and this and that. And I would get fucked up every time I go there. I would be smoking spice the whole time I was there. There was a on the back side of it, there was this little like patio, and at the end of the patio, there's a ladder, and you can go into the fucking roof over there. And I would go over there and get high as shit on spice, and then walk back, and there'd be people back there like hanging out, and they'd be like, "Dude, are you all right?" And I'm like, "I'm in a whole nother world, bro." But it started getting to the point where I was like hearing shit, bro. Like, and it was crazy. Like, I swore, and I don't really know. I swore that it was like fucking aliens talking to me, bro. And they say that fucking certain psychedelics can get you like talking to fucking other dimensions and shit. That's what Joe Rogan talks about all the time. But I swear I was talking to fucking aliens, bro. They were talking to me. And like, bro, like it was like I was hearing dubstep in my motherfucking brain. I swear it was like I was hearing dubstep in my brain. And like it, but it was like it was right there, and I would hear like this crazy like angel voice singing, and um and one night I was back there, and I'm standing there out there in the patio, and I just start hearing fucking loud ass explosions, like it sounded like fucking grenades going off, like 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 5 of them. And what was crazy is there was another person there, and they heard the same thing. But there was no explosions or nothing. Like, that shit was weird, man. Like, sometimes I would hit the shit, and I would go somewhere else. Like, in my mind. Like, I would hit it, and then, like, be sitting in a recliner in my room, and then come back to reality like 15 minutes later and be like, yo, where the fuck did we just go? And they'd be like, you've been sitting there, we've been waiting for you to pass the bowl to us. Like, it was fucking crazy shit. Like, it, I've never really had an experience like I had when I used to smoke that shit. But anyways, shit, that's 20 minutes. Fuck it. That's all we're gonna do today. Um, we'll start getting longer. Or I'll start getting longer the more when I start having guests and shit. But right now, I'm not doing guests. I'm just doing. This is kind of like a weed monologues type thing. But anyways, yeah. I'm not gonna have any more, or I'm not gonna have any guests soon. But I'll try to get them on as soon as possible and get that going. And anyways, if you guys could also check out my other podcast, it's not video, um, Land of Hypocrisy. Land of Hypocrisy. Uh, you can find that on Anchor.fm. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. You can find it on all that shit. Every platform, pretty much. But thank you guys for coming back to the podcast. I enjoyed talking about some random shit and getting high. Thank you for the support, and you guys have a great day.